What's going on, everybody? I am JDX, Justin D. Xavier. And the D stands for Did Ya? Because did you know that the Ultimate Wrestling Trivia Show was on YouTube? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. So tune in, baby.
Welcome to Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the WrestleMania preview show. Down there is the man, Mike Merc, the man in the middle, Dashing Derek, and I am your host, Devon. We appreciate you guys giving us a like, a subscribe, and all that good stuff. WrestleMania in recent years has become a two-night spectacle. This time around, it will play out in Philadelphia. This coming weekend. It is also the first WrestleMania under the Endeavor TKO banner as well, and it will be a WWE event, not under the McMahon family name contests. Any thoughts on that? I mean, it's still going to be a great event for sure.
Yeah, WrestleMania, as they say, is the king of all kings. I'm hoping for those like epic New Japan-esque entrances, where you have some of the unique entrances, even if they don't always jive. Like I think of like Dom Mysterio coming in that squad car recently, or Rusev in the tank back at WrestleMania in San Francisco. Like that's something I'm looking forward to. Those are little surprises, you know. Charlotte in the helicopter from years ago, like. It adds to the spectacle. You've got an outdoor stadium. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, you talk about the regime change. I thought the production lately has been like on point.
Awesome.
I think getting rid of Kevin Dunn probably like a breath of fresh air, getting in some new blood in there. Some of the shots that they've had with Cody coming down the ring and then The Rock like interrupts, and it's just been super cool.
The walk-ins at the beginning of the show, mirroring like the athletes.
Yeah.
You know? Like you get a chance to see the wrestlers swag, and it adds to their star power.
It's got more of a sports feel to it. You got like the sideline reporting, them showing up to the arena.
Yes.
Them coming out from the back and like seeing the crowd, like them, you could see the guys and girls walking through the curtain. I thought that's been a really big breath of fresh air.
And the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal has been announced for a pre-WrestleMania SmackDown this coming Friday. The Ricochets, the Chad Gables, Andrade, Braun Breaker, if he's in it, that would be my prediction. Who's going to win it? Nakamura, Bronson Reed are all going to take part of that. Anybody that sticks out in your mind, who's going to win that?
I could see potentially, my dark horse guess is Otis. And it could be a Otis Gable split.
Okay.
But if I were to like bet money with you guys, as we sometimes do on these things, my pick would be Chad Gable. Mm-hmm. That's his consolation prize for coming up short with his icy title bids.
I'm going to go with Andrade. He hasn't really done a whole lot since he's come back, so I think this is just kind of something for him to do, like, you know, get him a big win on WrestleMania on the Friday before.
WrestleMania 40, the theme song is Gasoline by The Weeknd, marking the 5th year in a row a Weeknd song has served as the theme song for the annual event. I mean, so now it's almost to the point now, if you hear The Weeknd, you just think of WrestleMania. It's kind of crazy. And we just heard, too, on Monday Night Raw, Lil Wayne is going to be in attendance as well, going to be performing at WrestleMania. Should be a great time, absolutely. All right, the Showcase of Immortals cards. We're starting it off. We're going to get some predictions from the fellas here. As always, let us know in the comments what match you're looking forward to, what you think about certain individual matchups as well. Night 1, started off with the LWO members Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. They will face Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good showcase for Dragon Lee. They've always been looking for like the next Rey Mysterio. I think this is going to be a good showcase for him, but I'm going to go with Dom and Santos Escobar with the win. We've seen Andrade kind of lingering in the background a little bit. There's some history with Andrade and Santos. Andrade used to be La Sombra. Santos used to be Fantasma back in Mexico. So I could see Andrade getting involved in that match. So I'm going Dirty Dom and Santos.
Okay.
Yeah, when you have a matchup that's a tag team setting with 4 individuals, and you got to look at like who's going to get the momentum from a win. And the biggest star of these 4 is Dominic Mysterio. So I think for the similar reasons to Derek, Dom, Santos are going to come out on top, and you're going to see, that rocket ship on the back of Dom's back going into 2024.
I'm going to go on the other side of the fence. I'm going to take Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. I think the athleticism is going to be definitely shown in this contest. All right, moving on to the next matchup. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi are going to be taking on Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. Who do we like in this matchup?
I'm going with Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. Having Jade finally show up. Very good presentation, I thought. Very similar theme to what she had in AEW. But this way they can kind of hide her a little bit more. She doesn't have to do a whole lot in the ring, so she can come in and hit her finisher. And I think that's what's going to happen. Jade is going to get the victory for her team.
In the laws of booking, when you have a singles champion in a tag match, they're the ones that tend to get pinned. And since this is a 6-person trios, 6-person tag match, I think you're going to see the tag team champions come up short. And I think you'll see Jade and her team come out ahead, whether it's Bianca with the win or it's Jade with the win. I'm not sure who's going to get that coveted pin.
Sure.
But it's probably not going to be Naomi, but I do think that's the team that comes out on top.
And I'm with you guys, too. I'm going to take Team Jade on this. I think it's just going to be the right call. And speaking of entrances, what we were talking before, I mean, Naomi's that's going to be fantastic. I mean, if they can pull off the neon and everything that goes along with that, feel the glow, that should be a pretty awesome moment for sure. All right, moving right along to the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship 6-pack ladder match. Now, both titles, that's a whole lot of something. Both titles are on the line, so it was just announced. So if you went up the ladder and grabbed the Raw titles, the match still continues. You can climb back up and get the SmackDown title. So that's a way for them to separate both titles. So there'll be 2 winners in this ladder match. Potentially, yeah. I mean, sure. Ultimately, once you think, you just want to grab them both, but I'm guessing, say, R-Truth goes up there, grabs the Raw ones, they go down, they just leave. SmackDown ones stay up there. Who do you guys like in this matchup?
That could be a scenario where R-Truth grabs it and leaves. I'm not a fan of them splitting up these titles. I mean, I kind of like them keeping them together a little bit. But yeah, funny enough, I was going to pick Awesome Truth. R-Truth has been really a gem on Raw and SmackDown. Give them something to do, or a big win at WrestleMania. I'm going with Awesome Truth winning one of the belts. We'll say the Raw titles. And then I'm going to go with Finn Balor and Damian Priest holding on to the other titles. I think 2024 is going to be the year of Judgment Day. We've seen what Bloodline did, and that's kind of starting to fall apart a little bit. We could maybe see Roman lose the title. We'll get into that a little bit later.
So not to cut you off, we do know that Damian Priest still has the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yes.
So we're kind of forward thinking here a little bit. Does he cash in at all that night? I mean, or does he just hold on to it?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Judgment Day holding on to one of the sets of tag team titles. So.
This is my first prediction that I disagree a little bit with you guys. I feel that Finn Balor's days, if you believe what you read in the sheets and on the internet, his days are potentially numbered in WWE. He has not signed that extension. So if the Judgment Day, or at least the Finn Balor end of the Judgment Day, is not going to be around, it doesn't make sense to reward them with a title shot. So I think DIY gets their chance.
Okay, I like that. Gargano and Ciampa.
I do. I could see Austin Theory kind of go back in the singles realm with Grayson Waller rather than stick together with that team. But if they do stick together, they are candidates as well to win some titles. So we'll see. I am looking forward to this match This is my sneaky good.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a good match for sure.
Yeah, this is not a bathroom break.
No,
folks.
No, this is definitely one you want to check out. Yeah,
there's a lot going on.
I'm gonna go with Awesome Truth, R-Truth, and The Miz to take the Raw Tag Team titles. For you, like a little bit of what both of you guys have said. I think the Judgment Day, like there's gonna be a little bit of splittage there. I think Finn might be on his way out. This is a way for R-Truth to separate himself from the group maybe a little bit. So Awesome Truth is going to grab the Raw titles. And then I'm going to throw in a little swerve on who's going to grab the SmackDown titles. Yeah, I'm going to say the team is not on here. I think they're going to add another team. I think the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, I think are going to show up on Mania here, much like the Hardys did about 7 years ago. And I think they're going to capture the SmackDown Tag Team titles in this one.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so definitely look forward to this match for sure. All right, we are going to keep it Oosey. Night 1, Oos versus Oos. It's Yeet versus No Yeet. The sibling rivals, the brother versus brother. We're talking Owen, Brett. We're talking Jeff and Matt. We're not talking Kane and Undertaker here. Dave Meltzer actually rated both of the brother matches 4.75 for Owen and Brett, and then Jeff and Matt Hardy got 3.25, 3.25 stars. So this one's got potential to be good to very good. Yeet versus No Yeet. Jimmy J. Uso. Who do you like in this matchup?
That is the question. Yeet or no Yeet?
Yeah.
You know these two, they've been practicing this match ever since they were little kids, so you know they're going to go all out. But I feel like Jey Uso's got a little more momentum than Jimmy, and I think I'm going to go with Jey Uso for this one. Get him a big win at WrestleMania.
One of them is called Main Event Jey Uso. The other one is called Jimmy Uso. I'm going with a guy who's got a name of Main Event.
Yeah, I'm with you, Derek, on this one. I feel like this is something that both of them have thought about, dreamt about, practiced since they were 5 years old. I am going with Yeet, Jey Uso. I think this is actually going to be my sleeper match and probably match of the night. I think this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. These guys are going to just lay it all out on the line. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup. Give me Jay in this one for sure. All right, keeping things rolling right along. WrestleMania 40, the Intercontinental Championship match. It will be up for grabs. Win, lose, or draw, Gunther will become the 4th superstar ever in WWE history to defend the gold in back-to-back WrestleManias. Can you name the other 3 that did it off the top of your head real quick?
Intercontinental?
Yes, back-to-back WrestleManias.
Honky Tonk Man?
Honky Tonk Man is incorrect. No, he's not one of them.
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler is incorrect as well.
Jericho.
I was going to say Jericho, maybe?
No Jericho either.
Then the other one that's held the title a bunch, I'd say Miz.
Miz is incorrect. Let me help you guys out here. Macho Man defended the title WrestleMania 2 and 3 against George Steele and Ricky Steamboat. The Ultimate Warrior defended the Intercontinental title WrestleMania 5 against Rick Rude and WrestleMania 6 against Hogan. And the other person is The Rock, which maybe you might not have guessed at all.
Yeah.
He fought against the Sultan and Ken Shamrock in WrestleMania 13 and 14. So Gunther is going to be on this list of a back-to-back Mania. So Gunther, the champion, will be putting up the Intercontinental Championship against none other than Sami Zayn, a guy that I know a lot of people wish that Chad Gable was in this spot here. People are kind of booing it, which is weird because when Sami was in the Bloodline, everybody was like, put the belt on Sami. I mean, he deserves to be in this matchup. Who do you guys like in this contest?
I feel like Sammy's cooled off a little bit since that Bloodline feud, and like you said, I'd probably prefer Chad Gable being in this match. Although I did like their little backstage vignette that they had on Raw. It was very like Rocky-esque, very fun. The only thing that was missing was them chasing around a chicken. But I like Gunther as like a next in line opponent for one of the main titles. So I don't think Gunther's going to lose it just yet, but I think eventually, I think they're going to build up Sammy and Gable, the team, a little bit more. I think Gunther's going to win at Mania, but I think they are going to Montreal in a few weeks, so maybe we could see a title change then. So I'm going with Gunther.
Yeah, that's always one of those things. You always want to look forward. Are they going to Canada? Are they going overseas?
Yeah.
Sometimes that plays a role into it of like who gets the belt. So
Absolutely, and I think with Saudi Arabia being a place that Sami Zayn has avoided with his Syrian ties, I feel that you will probably see Sami Zayn get his hand raised at Mania and the rug pulled out underneath him in Montreal in a few weeks, and then that would essentially get the title off of him as they go into Saudi Arabia. So, but either way, it'll be a good physical, snug wrestling match.
You can already just feel the chops. I mean, that I can't even imagine. That just does something to your chest that you just don't want it to be a part of at all. Give me Gunther in that one. I think he retains and continues the domination. Moving right along, WrestleMania 40. Next up, the Women's World Championship match. Becky Lynch, she won the Elimination Chamber match to set this one up. She comes in as the challenger. The man, Becky Lynch, will face the champion, Rhea Ripley, who, in my mind, had the greatest ever women's Mania match. Maybe best match ever last year against Charlotte. Rhea, Becky, who do you like in this?
I think Rhea is going to continue that domination. I think we'll see a lot of title changes over the course of Mania weekend. So somebody has to retain. And it makes sense. You know, the rumors are maybe Becky's taking some time off. So I don't know. I think Rhea Ripley's been very dominant. And that's a wagon you're going to want to hitch to. So I'm hitching to mommy.
There you go. Yeah, you were talking about like low-key match of the nights. I think this could be it. Like you said, Rhea and Charlotte Flair tore the house down last year. Fully expect them to do this with Becky in that spot. But I'm going with Rhea Ripley. I think, like I said before, I think this is the year of the Judgment Day. So to have that title, you know, possibly them having the tag titles, like you said before, Damian Priest having the Money in the Bank briefcase, but I'm going with mommy also, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, it's a sweep right along here. 3 votes for Rhea Ripley. I think she retains, and it's going to be a great matchup. Definitely looking forward to that. All right, the match that will headline night 1 and determine the stipulation for Reigns Rhodes in the main event for night 2 of WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins take on The Rock, Roman Reigns. If Cody's team wins, the Bloodline will not be allowed at ringside, and of course, if Roman and Rock win, the belt will be contested underneath the Bloodline rules, which basically means anything goes. The Bloodline will be down there. Shenanigans will happen. Who do we like in the main event for night 1 of WrestleMania?
Well, I've really enjoyed the Hollywood Rock return. I mean, I think we've talked about this before a little bit. Like, he's kind of overshadowed Roman Reigns a little bit, I feel like.
No, let's be honest. A lot of it he has. A lot. How many people want to see The Rock versus Cody in this instead?
And that's the thing,
problem.
too. It's like, I would much rather see Cody versus The Rock. I think eventually we'll get to that point. Maybe it's SummerSlam. Maybe it's next year's WrestleMania. But you were talking about, like, shenanigans, too. It's like, I hope that Rollins and Cody win just for the sake of them not having the shenanigans in the main event the following nights. But I'm going with Roman Reigns and The Rock winning this one. I think it's going to be Bloodline rules, unfortunately, for the following night.
Merc, what do you think?
Yeah, Bloodline rules.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to stack the deck against Cody going into night 2. I would not be surprised if, you know, perhaps Drew McIntyre got involved and him and Rollins brawl off, and now it's a 2-on-1 situation.
Okay.
But I will open the door. Should Cody and Seth take the victory, you could always see The Rock inserted as special guest referee.
Okay,
for
I
night
like that.
2. You know, so this is I'm picking Bloodline to win, but it's a low confidence 51-49 coin flip for me.
Okay, I think the Bloodline triumphs and sets up the American Nightmare with the inevitable attacks of trying to break all the rules. And I think Seth gets somewhat injured in this. He goes in to night 2 to face Drew. Little spoiler ahead, I think Drew probably beats him because of something that happens in this matchup. So give me the Bloodline. They'll be raising their hands, leaving night 1 of WrestleMania.
Do we see Mama Rhodes get involved in this one or no?
That's to be determined.
Rock has a message for her.
Right? Yeah, that's right, for sure. And we got a message for you. That is night number 1. Don't forget, we have night 2 coming tomorrow. It will be the next video that you can find right here on the YouTube channel. Any final thoughts for night 1, WrestleMania? It was a mouthful. It should be a great night of entertainment. Comments, questions, concerns?
I think WWE does a great job of the build. You know, I think going into Royal Rumble, you didn't really necessarily know. You kind of assumed maybe Cody, maybe Punk, you know, how that was going to play out. And I didn't foresee Hollywood Rock. That's been an awesome addition. And overall, of the last, 2 months of WWE programming has got me pretty hyped for this weekend.
Yeah, what has it been, like 13, 14 consecutive sellouts that they've had?
Mm-hmm.
But I think top to bottom, night 1, I think I'm looking a little more forward to this show overall, top to bottom. You got the ladder match, the women's match. It's the tag match, the main event's going to be super fun. So I think overall, night 1 will be the better overall show, while I think, Cody and Roman is the one that everybody's anticipating. But definitely looking forward to night 1.
All right, that wraps it up for Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the show. Don't forget, we will be back tomorrow with a special preview of WrestleMania night number 2. Ultimate Wrestling Trivia. Subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Make sure you check out Pro Wrestling Tees. We got the shirts up there all over the social media sites as well. We will see you tomorrow for night 2, Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the show.